Hi everybody, welcome to today's transmission. This is about the journey to wholeness and how we are reconciling all the different layers and levels of ourselves to be really connected to our true authenticity and allow that movement of spirit from the higher dimensions to move all the way through into our day-to-day life and our actions, and also to upshift us in the Ascension process towards 5D and even 6D realities, back to that heaven on earth, that Garden of Eden. This is happening collectively. There are aspects of it that are individual, the individual work that we're doing, and then there's also the Twin Flame Collective and the work that they're doing in unity and higher love and higher relationship templates. So these coasters here are actually created, they're channeled at the time of a QHHT session I had with Marla Kelly from Twin Astrology. I'll link below. In this, I was taken to Bora Bora, the French Polynesia, which I believe now that it was only Bora Bora because those were the images I've seen of French Polynesia, and so I connected to there because that felt like that region felt like the place. I have since found that there is a heart-shaped island, just like these coasters are heart-shaped, in the same set of islands as Bora Bora. So it would have looked the same in the images. So if I had known it existed, I believe that's where I actually really was. But I associate it with Bora Bora because was the most resonant frequency, or most similar to where I was feeling I was on the planet. And that place, Moria, the heart-shaped island, is actually on the ley lines and the dragon lines, and it has it is like the chakra or the earth center of energy center of unity consciousness. So this feels very relevant as to why in the QHHT session I was connecting to star beings that were in a pink unconditional love multidimensional portal right above that area. So that is, this blue coaster is the portal. So what they're doing is they were bringing light codes through to cleanse and upgrade the earth through cosmic colours. So these colours, they're not so visible with the human eye, but they are luminous colours, and they're coming through the sun from another dimension. And as they're coming in, they're cleaning all the waters and activating all the waters in that area, as well as the earth and everything on the earth. There were messages coming through about how in this ascension process the humans are being uplifted into a buffer zone that is being created and orchestrated by the angelics, whilst then the earth is cleansed by the angelics and the dragons. And then humanity plus the new incoming souls, high vibrational incoming souls, will to be birthed as children, and babies will be then safe and harmonious on the cleansed planet. So there was a whole series of other paintings that came through that transmission as well, but just a few days ago on the full moon, I was getting a lot of messages about it's go time, and the pieces of the puzzle are now coming together. So we're seeing the bigger picture. We're seeing how all the bits and pieces that we've been getting wisdom or messages about, or getting urges and inspiration to do in our lives how that all fits into this ascension process and what we are here as souls to do as light workers and even as twin flame collective. So with these coasters, I will show you now what I understood as the next level of the energies that are in these coasters and how we can work with them in the ascension process. So this is the twin flame spiral. So I've mentioned before, this is the geometry that I was guided to be in the middle of a field in Avebury in 2011 and anchor that geometry. And when I woke up in the morning, there was actually a crop circle. That is the exact configuration of the crop circle. So just after that QHHT session with all of the ascension information coming through very directly, I tuned into it again and brought the next level of that in and anchored it, not in a field in Avebury, but into these artworks, which I have made available on various products so that people all over the world can receive those codes. So what I found myself doing was drawing with my fingers another spiral here. And this is where the twin flames, divine masculine, divine feminine, this is the where the third energy anchors, which is them unified at a higher level, anchors through that unity point. Then I realized that what I was drawing was this one. So this one here was the pink and green energies coming through the portal above Moria, down into the earth and the water and elevating. So it was uplifting into higher dimensions and clearing the density and discharging like a drain everything that was no longer needed or of the old dimension. So elevating to higher perceptions and all the ways that the senses we need to navigate in the higher dimensions, clearing out everything that is holding us in old dimensions. And it's particularly through the water, but through the human body, through the animals, and through the earth. So I have created these into mugs and coasters and things like that can be used for you to energize and activate those codes into what you're drinking or eating or wearing by using it as a charging plate. And also, yes, on mugs so that it's directly on the mug or the water bottle. So at the time of realizing that this spiral was the one I was drawing on here, and it turns out to be exactly that's accessing that central point through the twin flames. I was drinking out of a mug with this on it, sitting on this exact coaster and having an absolutely powerful download of light codes and activations. This is the channeled message that came through as I did that. Feast or famine, love present or absent. This is a day of great awakening in the journey of the heart and soul to unity. Atatiata tokotokatatia kakataka. Atatataka kokotita kakatokokoko. Ashatiaka tatatiako ta yatakokoko. As the pieces of the puzzle become more clear and connect in multidimensional levels, your abundance spectrum increases multifold. There are parts and pieces that fall into place along the journey, and this is one of those points of intersection of enlightenment and of trajectory shift as you embark on a more unified wholeness, and more unified refined energetic system that flows through the physical vessel and propels you forward and upward in your journey to wholeness, your search for unity, your search for union, your unraveling back to the truth of your heart and soul and unity. So then when I stacked these two on top of each other, I then realized this was the next one, and this central piece fits about there as well. So the portal over the top. And that's the portal bringing that spiral in to the unity within the twin flame, divine, masculine, feminine, equally balanced. And then this is the angelic dimensions, even higher up than where we are ascending to, and all the multidimensional portals that they travel through, creating various timelines and upshifts for us to navigate through. Atatatita kakatatita kakatoko. Akatatita kakatoko. Akatatita kakakata kakakako. Akatatita kakakatoko koko. Akatatita kakaka. And so since then, that was around the full moon. We've had a new moon since then. And over that period of time, I've been guided very much to channel a book. The message came through straight after that transmission with those coasters, the mug on top of the coaster and the activation, that I need to channel a book from the Galactic Council of Light about timeline jumping, which I've started doing. And this timeline jumping is about individual timeline jumping, but also collective timeline jumping. And I then also did a timeline jump consciously with my twin flame on the new moon. So it all is very related to this, and I will put links below as I create the transmissions around those, which are coming up in the next few weeks, rather than making this a really, really long transmission. But basically, I've also therefore feel like I've expanded into that next level of those multidimensional portals at the higher realms there of the angelics and galactics in that final coaster on the top layer. And I believe that's what this book is about, and I believe that's where the channel's coming from as well. And so I also intend to re-listen to the QHHT for those components, because each of those coasters were a component of the QHHT session, where the channel came through directly about this process, and there were light codes in it. So I'm going to create, again, additional videos specifically for those energies and bring through further information as we progress through those stages. Meanwhile, here are some other related paintings that came through at the same time as this piecing the puzzle together and the multidimensional layering. And as offshoots of the QHHT session, different components of it as I anchored those light codes into artworks. And you can see these images above here. These are different products. I've printed those artworks onto, and the printed products also contain the light codes. So I'll put links below if you want to own any of those and work with any of those. Yeah, so you'll find those below. At the same time as those pieces came together, this painting got some more cosmic colours in it, some more dimensional layers, and it's now coated in resin to make it really shine. It, to me, feels really alive. So this is the collective energies. This is the light workers, or the collective, the many souls that we are working together. Soul represents soul family. And so you can see they all share a frequency of being this kind of flower. They're very white and pure, but they've got extra layers of pink and blue on them. So pink representing unconditional love, also representing the feminine, and the blue representing the masculine and representing the truth, an expression of truth and authenticity that comes through the soul. And with this, I could see pairs. I could see pairs reaching for each other, like those two. And I could find pairs that had like much more connected to each other, and others that are kind of still looking, but all part of this collective. And I could really feel the life and the individual personalities in each of these beautiful flowers, in the multi-dimensional background that they're all connected to. And much more earthing came in around the side there in the bottom, like really helping them stabilize in that individuality of who they are, as well as their mission within the soul group and their connection and finding the other souls. This one also, which is about transmuting the density, the difficulty, the sadness, particularly depression and grief's been coming up. And again, there's a lot of unity. There's the unity of the butterflies, all individually being transformative, pure souls in that process, bringing the pink in, bringing the unconditional love in, and the purple, the wisdom, spiritual wisdom. And there's also a community of flowers there as well. So that is all painted over the top of the words, hello sunshine, goodbye rain, happy days are here again. And it's been connected to other paintings that came from the QHHT session as well. So this is the clearing and cleansing, returning to joy and abundance. And this one is very close to finish too. So all these energies are in this as they've been worked on simultaneously during that big picture coming together with the coasters. Just showing you that had a little bit more work on it, more light codes in it, and it is actually fully completed now. And multidimensional layers, soul unity, individuality within the collective, unification, cleansing. And I have so much more to say on these subjects, so look out for related videos. I'll link them together. Thanks for listening. Blessings.